welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're bringing you the second last installment of the Dresden case study. That's right, we're almost at the end. But today I need you to pull out your Christmas fabric. That's right, your Christmas fabric. You're going to find the pattern below. Now, this comes on two separate sheets, and basically you're going to match up your lines, and you're going to tape them together for your template for this cute little table runner thing. Well, it's not really a runner because it's not long and narrow, but you'll see what we're talking about here in a bit. The other thing I want to talk to you about is our Facebook group. We've started a Facebook group, and come vote on which day you want to do a virtual sew date. Show us what you're working on, all that kind of fun stuff. The show notes below are going to have the Facebook link and the pattern, the PDF pattern. Also, it's going to have a fellow Canadian, Kelley's Cruise Crafts and Quilting. Now, her channel's got a lot of fun because it's a lot of different things that are going on in her channel. And I've always enjoyed her take on what she's doing. It's been very interesting. So if you go like what you see, tell her Brenda sent you. But first, bring out your Christmas stuff. Let's get to the sewing. Okay, so your pattern is in the show notes below, and these two lines have to match up, right? So you kind of match these two lines when you're cutting them, when you print it. You match up these two lines, and then you match up these two lines. That was the only way we could give you this pattern, or this template, this way, is to show you that you need like 3 pieces of it because of paper, right? So, and you can make a tree skirt out of this, which is going to be next time, or a table topper, which is this one. So now what I did with the table topper is I started from this tiny little end, and I went 21 stitches up. In total, this should be, like when you print all this out, it's going to measure 26 inches long. Right? So if you want it like 24, but you wanted the skinny little end, you just move it down 2 inches, right, from your template. So it depends on what you want to do with your table topper. I want a great big beautiful table topper. Now, I cut all my pieces, and on this, you need 24 of them, right? 24. Now my daughter loves heavily embossed stuff, so I got some gold embossed and some silver embossed. It's a very pretty little fabric. But because this is such a long bias, right? Because you have to cut where this is part of the straight of grain and your bottom part is the straight of grain. So this makes a really long bias. So you need to pin this. This is bias seams are notorious for stretching. So you have to kind of work with it, a little bit. And I've got my stitches cranked way up high, because that's where I like to sew. And I've got a good 1/4 inch going here. And I want to be able to see just a hair. You don't pull. You notice I'm not pulling at all. I'm waiting. Everything is going to come out. And get there a little bit. Make sure I'm catching both sides at the same time. That's the trick with bias, and that's something you're going to learn when you get into curve boot camp. I know some of you are kind of like, when's curve boot camp? But it's right after the nosegay. It's right after the nosegay sew along. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to get right to the end, that little tiny end, and that's where you want everything to kind of match up. And there we go. Now I have been sewing and sewing and sewing this morning, so you didn't have to watch all this, There. So now I decided that it was easiest if I did this in quadrants. So I already sewed some of my quadrants together. So I want to sew this piece onto this piece. And this has, so I want to pin it too at the same time. Hang on, let me get this so I can. So I have a bunch of crazy colors going on here. So I want to pin it, and if I over pin it, that's fine too. But I want to make sure I'm pushing the seams out of the way at the bottom. and I want to push the seams away at the top because that's going to give me a sharper point. Now I want to make sure that that matches, and I want to pin it so that I push the seams out of the way, or I keep the seams out of the way. And now I'm just going to put one in the middle and one on both sides. There. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's try this. All right. Okay, let's get this one under. Now, they are long seams. You just want to take your time. You don't want to stretch it. You want to be able to support it a bit, because supporting it is important, especially when you get to the end here. Now, there. Now here's a trick when you're putting together biases. I'm going to show you this trick. Now what I've done is I put the quadrants together, because you're going to have 6 blades per quadrant. And I've also put together on this one, I put 12. I'm just now finishing that putting on 12 pieces, right, of fabric. Which, okay. And I'm just going to run to the end here and I'll show you. Everything goes to the middle, right? Everything comes to the middle. Because you're doing the least amount of stretching that way. Okay. And all the seams go this way. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put my foot down and make sure I've got that bottom seam out of the way. Pressed out of the way. There we go. And did I get it? No, I didn't. Oh, I did not. Ugh. Okay. Oh. All right. Okay. Okay. Now, now that I'm doing both sides, I've got 12 on one side and 12 on the other. Well, let me just get the other piece. Okay. So now I'm going to put them together. Now there are 2 really long bias seams. So I'm going to take one side and line it all up and pin to the middle. And I'm going to stop. Because this is enough. Hang on, let me get that. I had to get it, put the pin in my mouth, and I can't talk with the pin in my mouth. What you want to do is you just want to go right to the middle and stop. Or almost to the middle and stop. You don't want to be putting in a bunch of extra pieces here. Okay. Because what happens if I was to start at one end and go right across, I'm really risking stretching everything, because the weight, now there's a lot of weight on this because there's like 24 pieces. So you want to support it again, you know, so none of it's stretching, and you are sewing a bias to a bias. The only thing that's not bias is this outer edge, right? And get that cut off. There we go. And we're here. Now, we're just going to keep going. Okay. Now, what you want to do is have all of those the seams on the bottom going this way, and the seams on the top going this way. So now we're going to be pushing stuff. Well, we'll get a little closer to where we need to be first. That might be a little bit better, because you just want to go over the top. The center, I mean. You just want to go over the center. So what you want to do is you want to push all of this one way and all of this the other way. And you want to match up all of your, as many as your points as you can. So this goes this way. This goes, oh, we should go the other way. Yeah, let's go the other way. It doesn't matter as long, because they will swirl then, right? They will swirl. And swirling is a good idea. So if I get them all going this way, here we go. Now we just take our time. Now you're going to go through quite a bit of bulk all of a sudden. Oops, I've got this going the right way. Yes, I do. Okay. Now. Okay, now, all right, and this all goes this way. Now, and I need a stiletto or something to get all of this in there. And just go over it again, back, and now you veer off and go onto your little pad. So this part's all done. So we're going to check this to make sure this kind of looks like a center that we would want to have. Oh yeah, it's looking not too bad. Okay, so let's get the other half done. So we flip it over and we start from the outside edge. And we take another part here. And you go all the way to the end here, and it's just a little hair out. That's okay. And now, don't pull anything. Make sure you don't pull anything. Now, if I was to go the other way, like just go straight across, I would have issues. I would have issues. I definitely would have issues. And it would cause too much stretching because now there's too much weight, right? As you're moving towards the center, the weight changes how it's dispersed. So, and you can have something so big that now the other thing, if you don't end up with this perfect little center, stop stressing. Just stop stressing. You can put what's called a circle applique, or you can put a different color in the middle just to cover up all your what you think are mistakes. If you put a nut dish on it, nobody's gonna know. Nobody. It'll be fine. Because people go, oh, it's so lovely. I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to hand quilt it. See, the weight now is here, and it's pulling it, like pulling it where my lap is, and now it's going off the table, right? So the, you know, the weight starts changing as to how it's being pulled. And let the feed dogs do the work. I got like tiny stitches on this. Okay. Now all my top, all my top stuff goes one way, and all the bottom stuff. Now you want to go right across where you sewed. And you're going to veer off onto a scrap piece of fabric. There we go. And now we have our ta-da moment. So this is our ta-da moment. This is our Christmas table topper. So it doesn't lie as flat as I would like it to on, you know, in the middle, right? And I mean, my points aren't matching up or anything like that, but it is a, you know, heavily embossed, glittery, fun thing. So what I might choose to do with this is to get a circle with like Santa in the middle or something, you know, get some fun cutesy embossed fabric, make a circle about so big and just applique on and then cut the lump out. Because if you're putting 24 pieces together, this point is just about impossible to make, right? Because it doesn't matter how much swirling you do, there's still 24 pieces of fabric coming in together into one spot, right? So this will, I'll show you what this looks like in the next video, but I will repair, like I will change the mill because it would be fine. You put a nut bowl on it or a tray of hors d'oeuvres, nobody would see it. I would know it's there. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to fix it and I'm going to make myself happy. So anyways, I hope you take care. I hope you like this. And it's a lot of, people buy a lot of Christmas fabric, so this was fun and it used up quite a bit of fabric too. I was quite surprised. It's about 42 inches across, what I decided to make mine. So this, like I say, it's just a fun idea. Okay, you take care. Have a great week ahead. Okay, bye. My husband and I would like to thank you for watching today. We're so happy about the way our channel has grown, and we just want to wish you so well in your journey along with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Now, the next thing is this quilt. We are wondering if you guys would like this quilt as a free sew along on this channel this fall, this coming fall, winter. We were kind of thinking that this one would be really fun to do. We could do it in a larger size or a smaller size, it's up to you, but this one was a lot of fun to make. And it's all, it lends itself to being hand stitched, but you can also do this on a sewing machine as well. So let us know in the comments below. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Okay, have a great week ahead. Bye!